What is up, friends? Hello, 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 hello. All right, so yesterday I did this testing a multi-page form in answer to a question on my AMA, and I did not answer, or I didn't finish yesterday, so I'm gonna try and finish right now. Let me just, yeah, we'll get rid of some things here. I started in a code sandbox, but had some trouble, and I want to use mocking anyway, so that is why I brought it locally. But if you want to, you can use a code sandbox to see what it is that we're testing and stuff. Yeah, if you're just jumping into this, maybe watch yesterday's so you can get caught up before you watch today's. As always, these videos will be on YouTube after at the same URL. So here's where we left off. We're mocking reach router, and somebody in the comments on yesterday's video figured out why I was having a problem. It was because I was overriding my mock history and navigate by spreading actual reach router after that. So if we move that up, then actually we might get this working, maybe. Yeah, still no dice on that, but let's take a look at if we're at least getting the right navigate. Console log, navigate here. And we're getting function navigate, which I think, yeah, should be right. Let's see if we can pull in mock history. Let's look at what mock history is. Console.log mock history right here. Okay, so we actually do get our mock history, and if we say history.navigate.isMock, and we say yeah, there it is mock true. Sweet. So we are getting the mocked version, which means it should be the navigate that we're getting from our history, so they should be wired up properly. Because the problem is that right here where we call navigate directly, it's not using the right history object, it's using its default global history object, and that's why it's not navigating properly, because we needed to use our mock history. There are like two other ways that I can think of doing this, but I'm trying to think of like what's the best way, and I'd like to at least make this one work before I try anything else. Mostly because I'm kind of curious. Oh, hold it. Congrats, you did it. That's what the success page says, not success. That's right. Okay, so that it is working. Sweet. Congrats. That's all I really care about. It is working. Hey, nice. Okay, so then if I do a debug after this, then we should see that congrats, you did it, go home. And we could fire event, click on get by text home, and we'll do another one of these await magic things. Put it right here and wait for that to say home, I guess. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it says. What does that say on the main? Welcome to the app. Here, we'll change it to welcome home. There we go. Sweet. Welcome home. Booyah. Okay, so a couple of things that I'm going to change about this test now that we've got it working. First off, all of this wait for the heading to change and whatever to get to the next page. I'm going to write a tiny little abstraction for that because we're using it several times. So we're going to do an async, well, we'll just do a function here called, I don't know. You know what, actually, we could, instead of waiting for the header to be something specific, we could wait for, because like, let's think about if we were writing this like giving instructions to an end user, how would we write this? It would be, hey user, when you get to the app, I want you to click on the link that says, I don't know. Oh, well, here, I guess what we're doing right here is saying, hey, I want you to start out on page 1, which maybe I'll rewrite some of this a little bit so that we can do that slightly different. So we'll look at that here in a second. But yeah, so start out on page 1, fill out that form and click on next, And then on that page, I want you to fill out that form and then click on review. Review. And then on that page, just confirm that all the information is what it should be, and then click on confirm, the confirm button, and then wait until you get to the success page, and then click on home. So using the heading, it probably works okay. But another thing that we could wait for instead of waiting for the heading is we could just wait for the history change. So yeah, I wonder. Nah, we'll just stick with the heading. So let's do this. We'll say wait for heading change, and let's see. We're gonna paste this in, and we'll return that promise here. So we'll get all by role. Yep, that's what we'll do. And you know what? Actually, let's just move this in here, so we don't have to pass that weird property function. We'll just say text content, or text matcher is what React Testing Library calls it, or DOM Testing Library. There we go. Okay, sweet. So then with that, instead of all this nonsense, we can say wait for heading, boom, and that will look nicer. So we'll say for heading change, and here we'll do the same thing. Wait for heading change, and wait for heading change here. So now that looks a bit nicer. We can say, all right, hey, end user, I want you to take this test data, and here, we'll just move this up. It's part of the setup. I want you to take this test data, and I want you to render the form with this wrapper. So I want you to render the form inside a location provider with this fake history. I think I'm going to clean that up a little bit. But with that, then I want you to first change the food input to our test data food, and then click on the next button. Then wait until you get to page 2, and when you do, then I want you to fill out the drink and get that drink, and then get by text. And then I want you to wait till you get to the confirm page, and once you get there, verify that the food and drink are set properly. That's the data that you've input. And then click on the button that says confirm. Wait till you get to the congrats page, and then click on home, and then wait till you get to the home page. So there's actually another way that we could do this that is arguably better. The end user, we don't necessarily need to tell them, wait until the heading changes to this text. Instead, we just need to say, so you need to fill out this form, click on this button, then fill out that form, then click that button, and then click that other button. And then, so we just keep telling them to click the button. And so what we could do is, instead of waiting for a heading change like this, we could just do a wait until you can make this happen. And actually, even better, we could say find by label text. Instead of all this get by, we'd say find by label text, and we just await find by label text for all these. Await find by label text. Let's get rid of this nonsense. And we'll await find by label text, and that'll do it for us. And then we'll do the same thing for get by text. Find by text, and await find by text. Await. And then we can get rid of all the heading changes. Boom, 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 boom. Get rid of all those. And that function is now incomplete. Boom. Sweet. Cool. This will still work. It doesn't verify that we can get to the home page. So something that we could do, I guess, is wait for us to get to that home page. And in that case, let's see, await. Wait. We'll just leave it empty and call debug here. Let's get our debug back. so we can see what we can reference here. Congrats, you did it. Wait. Oh, that's right, because wait will exit immediately. It's not giving us any time. So, yeah, I just forgot what the home page looks like. Let's see. Home. Welcome home. Fill out the form. Yeah, so we right here we could probably say await find by text welcome home, or we could do yeah, that'd work. That'll get us home. So like, yeah, there's probably some like there may not be, it may not be necessary to click on the home to make sure you can get back home. Maybe it is. It kind of depends. An alternative here also is you could say instead of clicking on it, you could expect that to have attribute href slash just to make sure that it will take you home if you click on it, and just trust that the browser knows what it's doing. So yeah, that works pretty well. Let me think if there's anything that I would change about the our router mock thing, because I kind of don't like it, because we do have to do this mock history to do this location provider. With React Router, this would be a little bit different, I think, because there is no global. Yeah, let me just take a quick look at what React Router would look like if we did this. So React testing library course. This is my course material for testingjavascript.com. And in here, yeah, the router accepts a history. And the biggest challenge here that we're doing is like on my example in the testing JavaScript, I show you how to test a thing that's using React router like components and stuff like that, but not rendering the actual router. It's just rendering routes and stuff. And so in your test, you're supposed to render the router. Maybe I should update this to show you how you would render it even if you're rendering the full router, because that will be slightly different. It will be more like this, where you have to provide a provider. I've actually never done that with React Router, now that I think about it. So I'll have to figure out how you would do this with React Router. But with Reach Router, this is what you're going to do. Just render the provider so that the router that you render references that provider's history. So if I were to do this any differently, I don't know. Like it's not too bad. The nice thing about this is we can make sure that navigate works by default, which is kind of nice. So you just import the navigate. This is one of the reasons that I love Reach Router so much, is because you just import navigate and it works. You don't have to accept it from props or wire anything up or whatever. It's kind of nice that way. I feel like there was another console log somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Can you show us how it fails by changing the home? Tony, I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you could be more specific by changing the home. I mean, if I welcome back, that wouldn't really make sense. But yeah, so it's going to run for a while. It'll time out after 4.5 seconds, and it'll say, this is what the DOM looks like. I could never find it. So yeah, it says welcome home. If you don't like it taking that long to fail, because like that's kind of annoying. So if we say welcome back, I think I accidentally added that console log back. Yeah, so it takes super long. So what we can do is for each one of these, we could say timeout, or actually I think it'll be the second argument. So null timeout of 1000 milliseconds. Just stick that on all of these. Oh, we need to do an object here. People don't typically do this, but it can be useful if you don't like to wait so long for test to fail. And that one already has an argument here. We'll say timeout. And we'll do timeout and timeout and timeout. So it fails quicker. And then if we change this back home, then it passes, because we know that it's going to, this transition is going to happen within 100 milliseconds, so it's fine. Resource to learn React testing library. I gotcha. Testingjavascript.com. It is a great resource. Absolutely. It is my life's work. Okay, maybe not my life's work, but it is a lot of work that I put into that. So I really like this font. That's nice. This is Palette Tab. Before anybody asks, Palette Tab, it's great. Sometimes I see fonts that are like really awesome. I like this one too. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, those are cool fonts. Okay, I think that's probably all. So hopefully that's helpful to the original question asker. I'm guessing they're probably not using Reach Router because it's not as popular. So maybe, okay, I didn't want to do this, but we're going to do this anyway. Actually, I'm using Yarn here. So we're going to Yarn add React Router and React Router DOM. And we're going to switch to React Router and see. So import, wait, I don't remember how to use React Router. It's been a while. Import router from React Router DOM, I think. Yeah, I can't remember. React Router. Let's get the docs here. Web. Okay. All those things. Cool. So we've got our router. And we just render the router and routes. So let's go down here. Oh, and we've also got navigate. I wonder if they've got a navigate. Nope. I do have a with router, which is probably what we'll have to use. History.push. That's what we'll have to use. So I'll use with router and use history.push for navigate instead. All right, cool. So this is gonna, let's go down here. And instead of rendering the components with the props and all that, we have to do a route. And our path here, actually, we've got default, right? Default routes. And I know that they had something. I think it may be the switch. I think that's how you do it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do switch. Get that switch here. And we'll put all these routes in here. And then put this one at the bottom, and it doesn't have a path. I think that's how you do it. And then component main. Okay, so then that takes care of that. We'll have a route. Path is page 1. And the component is page 1. But then we also have to pass the state and such. So I think we may want to use a render prop component, render, and children. Okay. Okay, and that's whether it renders or not. Okay, and I think we're going to do the render prop version. Yep. So yeah, we'll just do the render prop version so we can get our props there. So we'll do render and then props. Do that with props. And state is state. And set state is set state. There we go. Here, let me get rid of that. Have a little bit more room. So then for this one, we'll say route. Get rid of page 2. And render is props. Take page 2. Spread the props. Pass along the state stuff. There we go. And we'll save that. Boy, sure doesn't look as nice, does it? I sure wish I could use reach router, right? That's what you're thinking. Okay, route. And we'll have our path will move up here. We're going to get rid of this. We'll move it to render with our props. And we'll spread our props. And we'll thank our lucky stars for prettier. Okay. Frank, I think, tried to post a link and it's not showing up. So let me. There you go. Thanks, Frank. Okay, so then we have our route. And we want the path here. And this one doesn't need any props. So we'll just do component success. And the same thing for our error. So route. We'll move that and component. Cool. Nice. So then for navigate, this one's going to be tricky because the form is the thing that's rendering the router. And so I'm pretty sure this isn't possible with React Router. So check this out. What we're going to have to do is we'll say function form, I don't know, routes. And yeah, here, hold on a second. I've got an idea. Instead of that, we'll just inline our handler here. Put it right there. And we'll just make that an arrow function. And then instead of navigate, this will be props.history.push. There we go. Nice. And then this one, page 1 is going to get the history because it's rendering as part of route. We're forwarding on those props. As you can observe here, page 1 props. So we're going to get a history prop, and that's going to say history.push. And we'll do the same thing here. History. That'll be history.push. And like magic, that should work. Hopefully, our tests are definitely going to fail, so we're going to need to change a couple tests. But we should get going. There we go. All right, unable to find text with that, and that's because we're not rendering on that page 1. So what are we going to do here? With this one, we're going to do mock React Router DOM instead, and this will be the actual React Router DOM. And then, do they have create memory source? The React Router create memory source. Oh, that's reach router. History memory. Oh, you know what? I've got it right here. Create memory history from the history thing. So we're going to do jest.mock. No, not. We'll do history. And here we need to, well, hold on a second. Yeah, I've considered switching to Twitch. Um, the problem is if I want it to go to YouTube later, I have this whole manual thing I have to go through to move it over, and it's annoying. So I just do it on YouTube for that reason. I have considered just not keeping it on YouTube, and if you miss it, that's too bad. But I don't know. I've also considered just not having it public, and you have to sign up, and we'll do like a webinar type thing instead with Zoom. Yeah, so I've considered things. I'm not sure what I'd do. Okay, so yeah, how are we gonna make this work? Here, make React router work in JS DOM. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. We do need to set. Well, no, I think that's set by default thanks to DOM testing library. Let's just check out our events. We've got click. Yeah, we set the button to 0 by default. Tony, you're right. I could record at the same time as streaming, but then what do I do with that recording? Do I manually upload it to YouTube? See, I only do this because it's easy. If it were not easy, then I wouldn't do it because I'm too busy to do things that take extra work. Okay. Well, it looks like it was closed. Huh. Here, let's get rid of this. We'll get rid of this wrapper. Get rid of this mock. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. Let's just see. Yeah, so we probably don't start on page 1, which makes sense. So we'll fire event, click, and we'll just await find by text, fill form. Hey, no way, it works. Sweet. That didn't work with reach router. I wonder why. It should have worked. Let's I'm gonna copy this, leave that in my clipboard. We'll undo all this stuff. So now we're back to reach router. And it looks like we get pretty far. Except I think I changed this. Yeah, welcome home. Welcome home. Nice. That's sweet. Okay, so it works either way. Sweet. I love that the router is an implementation detail. That's nice. Sweet. So here, let's I'm going to make it a new one and paste in. We'll save this as the React router form.js. And and we'll do this as the reach router form. And we'll come up here and let's get rid of that. And we'll do this as the reach router form. Boom. We'll copy the same thing, make another test, React router form.js. React router form. Save that. Booyah. Notice that both tests are identical. That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so I'm super glad about that. I was curious why it wasn't working originally with reach router, and I wonder why it didn't work in the first place, why I had to do all that mocking. But I don't now. That's great. So, you know what? This timeout thing is kind of bugging me. And check this out. If we go to, oh, those are my, here, we'll go to node modules, DOM test, or testing, library DOM. We go to the dist. I think config, here we go. We've got async util timeout. So this is not documented, but it's a thing you can do. And here we have this configure method that we can call that is exported. So we're going to go to our setup. We'll import configure from testing library DOM. We'll say configure, and what was it called? Async. Yeah, async util timeout. We'll set that to 100 milliseconds. And then we can get rid of all these timeout things. Boom, 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 boom. And it still will fail just as fast as it did before. So now, if I come in here and I bust the form, and I say, I don't know, instead on the confirm page, we say blah instead of congrats. Okay, maybe that wasn't, oh yeah, that's right. Go back to where you came from. There we go. See, and it'll fail faster. So without that, it will still fail. It will just wait for longer before deciding, oh, I can't find it. But with it, it will fail a lot quicker, which is probably desirable. Now that I think about it, it seems like it almost seems like it'd be a good idea to default it to be shorter. But the impact that would make is probably a net negative, because maybe some people it is like they're doing different things that are taking longer. I don't know. That would absolutely be a breaking change though. Something worth talking about. And then people could just increase that timeout. I don't know. I think we'll leave it as it is, and just people who because it's not going to be wrong. It's just going to take longer. So I think we'll leave it like it is. Using undocumented options is cheating. Okay, you're right. We should probably document this. Yeah, because I think that's probably a good idea. So we're gonna leave that, and we're gonna fix what I broke so that it actually does pass now. Go home. Boom. That's sick. Yeah. And get this. If you are not using React testing library, or if you're not using React and you're using Vue, for example, then all you need to change is this line right here. In fact, it's just this part of the line. You would, instead of using render from testing library React, you'd use render from testing library Vue, and literally everything else in your test would stay exactly the same. Talk about implementation details, right? Crazy. Okay, we've got a bunch of these. Let's get rid of those too. Clean that up. And I'm just going to copy paste this to this one. And then just, this needs to be reach router. Those two tests are exactly the same. Awesome. It's awesome. Okay, cool. Super happy with this. I'm just going to add a quick readme here. Readme.md. This is, I don't know, testing multi-page, or testing multiple pages with React router or reach router. Notice that the tests are identical, even though the apps or the examples are using completely different routers. Mind blown. That's what I'm talking about. Huh. My prettier RC is outdated. I need the pros wrap always. There we go. Nice. Cool. we can expect, just to make this look like an assertion, to be in the document. And actually, check this out. We do types testing library jest dom.js, and we'll import testing library jest dom extend expect .d.ts, I think. No, we'll just do that. Oh, you know what? This needs to be .d.ts. That's what we need to do. I think that's right. Is that wrong? Okay, let's do node modules, testing library, jest dom, extend expect, d.ts. Right? This is just want to import that. I think that should work. So now, if we do 2b, no, bummer, here, reload window. Maybe, I know that this works somehow. 2, come on, wake up. 2, no, bummer, I'm doing this wrong. There's some way to make it so that these types get auto-loaded. I may need a JS config though. Here, we'll just do that. Oh, it's ESLint that's failing. That's what's up. Okay. 2b, no. Well, okay, here's another way to do this really easy. Import jest just extend expect. We do that, we can get rid of this thing. And now we get 2b, no, what the devil? That should totally make things work. Okay, let's do this. JS config.js, wait, tsconfig.ts, right? What is the config file called? JSON, that's right. JS config JSON. There we go. I just noticed the icon looked wrong. And I forgot what the config JSON should look like. So take a look at this. We're gonna cat under code static test. No. It's jest Cypress, all that JS config. There we go. That's the thing we want. Boom. Copy paste that. We don't need the shared nonsense or the paths nonsense because we're not doing any of that in here. But with that, now oh, for crying out loud. Let's try reload. Come on, TypeScript, you can do this. Do loading. Yeah, there it is. You have, no, that's wrong because that's just auto-completing what we've already got. What? I know I've gotten it to work before. In fact, I believe it works in that other repo. Code, what am I doing? Jest, Cypress, that one. Let's pop this up. We go to source, yeah, shared tests, auto-scaling text, to have, what? Oh, right. Yeah, const container, expect container to have, boom, there it is. No, to have been called, no. To have text, what? Oh, right, I haven't configured it in here, so let's do testing library, testing library, jest dom, extend expect. But we're getting an error because it's not listed in the project dependencies. Is it in the project though? To have text content. There it is. Ta-da! Okay, so that's one way you can get autocomplete once you install it and whatnot. Another, and you do, I believe you do have to have this configured with JS config, or if you're using TypeScript, that's even better. But another thing that you can do is, if you don't want to have to do that everywhere, add types, testing a library, jest dom, .d.ts, I think, or maybe we had to do extend expect, I don't know, but let's just do that, And now let's get our container again. Expect container to have text content. Boom, there it is. Nice. So you just put your types in there, and you don't even have to import it everywhere. You can import it in your single setup file, and magic ensues, and it's great. So anyway, that's a fun little fact. Put the types in there. I'm not sure why it's not working in this other project, but it's not. So we're just going to get rid of this thing. Anyway, just threw that in there for funsies. I'm going to show how to do all this stuff in testing library or testingjavascript.com. It's going to be great. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and git init this thing and git status. We've got all that garbage. Yep, let's go ahead and git add that stuff. Oh, you know what? Let's do our reach router form. Git add that. There we go. Okay, and git commit all the stuff with init, I guess. And yeah, git. I'm using Hub, which is a module from GitHub, which makes it so I can do this. Create, I don't know, React, or let's see, multi-page testing example or demo. There we go. We're going to create a repo, and I'm going to push to that repo right now. You can open that thing up. I'm going to edit this and put my YouTube video. YouTube. See, I don't know why that happens. I don't ever use that emoji, but it just pops up because I've got smile, right? I've got that. I should remove that one. I think I can. Let's just do that really quick. Let's go because I never use that and it's offensive to me. So we're going to go emoji pack. Let's find you. Just delete you. I never like to see that. What kind of garbage person uses that emoji? Okay, not garbage people. They're just not nice. Okay, now that we've taken care of that, I'm looking for, I've forgotten what my shortcut is for, yeah, YouTube. Nope, not that one. This one, I think. Is this the one that you're all watching right now? Yep, there it is. Sweet, so we'll just put that there. An example of how to test multiple pages with React router or reach router. Save. Sweet. We're gonna, yeah, now we're good. I'll just put that in the description of the video. And that's it. I think I'm done. I gotta get going and get some actual work done. In fact, I've got a meeting right now. I've gotta go. Peace, friends. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that was fun. Bye.